Hello, welcome back to ITYTI Internet with Jenna and
Tony, and it's good intro. Keep going.
And we are back with another episode of some cool, awesome stuff.
I love it because we're promising great things and we're going to deliver, because that's the kind of show we are. We always deliver the coolest and the most awesome stuff. Like we're like UPS. We're always delivering awesome stuff to your door.
Yeah.
to your ear doors. Your
ear doors.
Your ear. They say the eyes are the windows to your soul. The ears are the doors to your mind. And this is just gold we're starting off with. So how's your week been, Jenna?
Good. Tiring. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's hot and it makes you tired.
Yeah.
But go.
We're here.
We're here. What are we gonna start with? What's hot? What's the hotness?
One about was we never reviewed the Magikarp jump.
Oh yeah, we did the live launching unboxing of the Magikarp app 3 weeks ago, and then we're like, hey, we're gonna review it, and all right, let's touch base on that. That was that app called, what was it?
Magikarp jump?
Yeah.
Jump or something.
So how long did you stick with it?
For about 3 days, and now it's uninstalled.
Okay, I've uninstalled it too, but I stuck with it for a couple of weeks. How high of a rank did you get? Or generations of Magikarp?
I didn't play it enough, so I only got to rank 15.
I think I was at 40 or something.
Yeah, you sent me that you got a Gyarados. I'm like, how?
Well, that was an early random thing, but I wonder if that was really rare or not. But yeah, I had a bunch of gold Magikarp. I had a bunch of pink Magikarp. So the game was basically no game.
Yeah.
It's
feeding your Magikarp and then let the game do what you kind of want to do. Not make it jump. You just hit a button and
right.
Jump.
There's no skill. There's no timing. There's no strategy. You're just feeding him and training him by just selecting options. You're not even tapping faster or anything. And you're raising the one Pokemon, and there's special appearances by other Pokemon. You know what it reminded me a lot of? And this is way before your time. There's this thing called Tamagotchi.
I've heard of those. Isn't that those little circle things, and they'd have a pet and you'd have to play with it 24/7 or else it would die?
Yep. And do you know where it comes from?
No.
Where do all funny, crazy, weird things come from?
I don't know.
Japan. It comes from Japan.
Oh, Japan.
So my wife tells me because they were big here, and one of our sisters, of our many sisters, your older sister Julie, she had one, and I had one, but I had an alien version because I was a boy. I am a boy. I'm a man, but I was a boy, and an alien was cooler than an animal. And it was this little electronic egg thing with 3 buttons and a crappy screen. And it was a virtual pet that you had to feed and walk and pet and clean. And if you didn't do it, it would get angry. And it would. Have you ever played with one?
No, I've never actually seen one in person.
Oh, they still sell them in Japan. So one day you'll get them.
Yeah, if you would like to maybe donate money, and then we could go to Japan.
We need to set up an Amazon wish list so people could just send us stuff. But anyway, and if you didn't clean your dog for a couple hours and you come back, there'd be poo-poo everywhere, and he would roll around in the poo and get dirty and angry and sick. And if you don't take care of them, they'll die.
Wait, that's messed up, because what if you can't? I feel those would get banned in school.
Okay, so that's exactly what happened, because everybody would stop like in between classes and like, oh, I got to clean up my pet and feed it. So they banned them in school.
And then like no one could really have one because like
Right.
wait, does it like die or something? I don't.
It died and you restarted, but you lost your experience. Like
Oh, okay.
you wanted it to get older and stuff like that. Eventually they changed it so they would have like a sleep mode. So when you go to school, you could put it to sleep kind of thing.
That's smart. That's smart.
It is smart, but part of the fun was like if it was like a real animal, like I got to really take care of this thing. So that was actually more of a game than what Magikarp Jump was.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of sad.
And so Magikarp Jump, the best thing I think it had going for it was its style.
Yeah, I feel like the cartoon, like just like the animations were like so cool, which is the game was not.
Right.
It wasn't fun.
The game was missing.
Yeah.
So I stuck with it for a while. I backed up my data, but I didn't uninstall it. So it's what it was. What would you, if you were rating it in an app store? In iTunes.
Wait, hello?
Yeah, hello?
Oh. Hello? Okay, you're back. Sorry.
If you were rating it in an app store, what would you give it out of 5 stars?
3 stars.
Wow, that's kind of okay. I would have gave it 2 stars. You're nicer than me. Okay.
I was going to say 2, but I'm like, I don't know. I just said 3.
Okay. So, that's old news. What else you got for me?
Yeah. So, are we going to do my excitement stuff that I'm really excited for?
We better, because you've been like waiting to record this episode to share with us all the hotness.
Yeah. Yes.
Because last week we were starting back on the Pokemon hotness because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
They were teasing the big fest that's coming to Chicago that we still don't know anything about. But I'll let you continue. What do you got for us this week?
Okay, so currently, it just started Tuesday, I believe. We've got the Solstice event, which is a bunch of Fire-type Pokemon, and Ice-type Pokemon. I think it's pretty good, but I feel like the only Ice-type Pokemon I'm seeing is Swinub, if that's how you say it. It's the only Ice-type Pokemon I'm seeing. The rest is all Fire-type, so that's kind of a dismiss.
So today was my first day playing it again because my wife said, "Hey, look, the event's on," and I'm like, "Okay, so let's see what I could build back up." And I did, got a couple Ponytas, got a couple Growlithes, got a couple Charmanders. Who's the one? He's one of the starter 3 from the second generation.
Cyndaquil?
Yeah. Got a couple of those, which I didn't have. So, okay, it's all good. But yeah, I have not seen anything ice.
It's like, and like, I don't even need to catch Swinubs anymore because I already have a Pillow Swat or something. Whatever that evolution after is. It looks like a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
It's like an old woolly mammoth. But,
is this because there's just more fire than ice types to begin with?
I know there's more ice types than just Swinub.
That's true.
But, like, isn't like a Lapras? Is that water or something?
Oh. I think like
ice too.
Yeah, I those are popping up more. I think sometimes the types that they are can change over time. Like maybe when I first played, Lapras was mainly water, but maybe he became ice over time.
Yeah, I have not seen ice. Like I'm looking at my my nearby right now. I've got 2 Cyndaquils, which is really good. I've got a Vulpix, and then the rest are just like grass type Pokemon. And then I have 2 like Shoulders, but those are water type. I caught one today, and I checked and like, is this ice? But like, it's water.
So it's interesting. And is this what people are saying on Twitter? Is this because you and I live in different parts, so yes. We would have a chance to see 2 different things, but let's get more data. Like, what are people saying on Twitter?
they're not saying anything. Like, I mean, they're saying this event is really cool and stuff, but then, like, I don't really think that backs up, like, what we're seeing. Like, I'm not seeing ice types. There's, like, they don't say what they're seeing. I don't really know.
Okay, so maybe it's just, like, in our 2 areas.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, we'll have to venture out other places to see if the ice ones are out there in more places. So, you know, we'll give Niantic a little bit of a pass on that.
But yeah, but, like, I feel like fire types, I'd rather have fire over ice, but, like, still, I want some ice.
So I bet, obviously, now this is probably a safe bet to make, that Niantic gets a Pokemon app gets a nice boost every time they have these events. Because people like me who stop playing go like, oh, let's get back into it. And people like you who play regularly maybe play more often during these events.
Yeah. Ever since it's been stale, I've only been opening my app to get my streaks, and that's it. But, like, I still, like, say I, like, play, because I do play, but...
So, you know, they had their first event a little while ago, and now the events seem to be coming more, you know, closer and closer together and more often. I wonder if this is some desperation from them, like, because they have to keep the ball rolling and they have to keep enthusiasm high. And last week we talked about, like, some kind of weird news or bad news from them about, you know, what's going on. So they're trying to, you know, maybe this is their way of trying to make things good.
Yeah. And like, even in, like, last week's episode, I read that article from Niantic or Pokemon Go Hub on Twitter, and I liked how it said the Solstice event before, like, the gym battle rework. So, like, you get this, but not any more of this, you know? But, like, that still upsets me, like...
Lead with the good news. Yeah. So, events are cool, but I wonder if they run the risk of event burnout. Like, if you keep doing them, do they become less special and less interesting?
I guess a way that they could spice it up, which is like how they spiced up the water Pokemon event, they added shinies. So if that ever starts happening, maybe they'll add more shinies. Maybe, I feel like they're going to do it in events. Like, first they did water-type Pokemon for the event, and then they dropped shiny Gyarados and shiny Magikarp. Have you gotten any of those yet?
No, and for those who don't know, shinies are like different color versions of your Pokemon that are just more rare.
They're extremely rare, but I have not gotten one.
Yeah, see, even you, a dedicated player, don't have any.
Yeah, it's very upset. But, like, I mean, I don't live by water, though. So, like, I never see Magikarps, and that's why I still don't have my Gyarados, but I'm going to Puerto Rico soon, so...
Yeah, so hopefully you get some there.
Yeah.
What about... Okay, so that's where we're standing at with the event. What else is going on?
Yes. Okay, so, Tony, could you grab your phone, and any listeners at home, could you search up Pokemon Go Fest on your Safari or Google or whatever?
Okay. I had to look for my phone. Okay. I'm searching in Google Pokemon Go Fest. Okay.
Okay. Could you, when you get there, could you hit images?
Images.
Mm-hmm. Do you see anything like this? So it's kind of like the loading screen, I guess.
Yeah, that was the background for at the website.
Sign up or yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so click that. So, do you notice anything absolutely crazy?
There's nobody sitting in the grass. Usually this park is very busy.
Okay. So everybody zoom in and look above the Blastoise.
Yeah.
What's there?
That guy.
It's an unknown. That's like the rarest Pokemon in the game. There could be unknowns at the fest.
I've seen unknowns in at gyms.
Oh, I thought you meant like you have an unknown. I'm like, what?
Oh no. Do I? No, I don't think so.
Please, I'd be very upset because like I'm active and you're not really active. So, look next to the Blastoise.
This is like the Da Vinci Code.
What?
The book, the Da Vinci Code, where people are reading it, and it's got all these clues. Like, look in the painting. There's secrets. Okay, now where am I looking?
Next to the Blastoise. Like, not above, but next to it.
Okay, everyone.
What's on the ground?
Flowers. I don't know what flower that is.
Okay,
daisies.
So right there is a Togepi.
Yeah.
That's Togepi on the ground. Not like near an egg or like something. Could they like spawn those and not? Because like you can't catch those. You have to hatch them.
Okay.
That one I don't like. I'm not like super.
Okay. Who are you? Okay. It's a bit of a stretch.
Okay. So if there's no like legendaries in the sky, but like even if they did put that, that would give away to like way too much if they do drop a legendaries. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so right next to, so like right by like the fire tail. Look what's behind there.
Yeah, that big bug thing.
That's a Hero Cross. That's a regional Pokemon. What is the regional Pokemon doing in Chicago?
What region is that Pokemon?
That's like Puerto Rico, a little bit of South Africa, like tropical places. Why is that there?
So what you're saying is that maybe this fest which is taking place in Chicago next month, like 5 weeks from now, that possibly they're going to like unleash or raise the appearance rates and migrate things over and give us all these Pokemon we normally can't catch.
Yes, but one thing that's I don't really like is if they do like get those regional Pokemon here, that means a lot of people will have them here, and I don't think that's fun. I feel like you should like travel to get it, you know. Mm-hmm. So I really hope that they don't like.
Will you, as dedicated as you are, are you unsatisfied or satisfied by not having a complete Pokedex?
Okay, so I'm satisfied and unsatisfied. So I'm satisfied because I don't want to complete my Pokedex. Like, I want to keep, like, getting new Pokemon and staying excited. But there's a lot of Pokemon that I don't have. I think you have, like, your top page, like, almost filled, right? Mm-hmm. Mine is not like that. Here, I'll show you mine right now. I know you guys can't see, but whatever. So...
Yeah, let's do a quick Pokedex check.
I don't have that many. Like, here, I'll show you my Pokedex here if my phone. Okay. I still have a lot of spots. But, like, I feel like you can go out more places because you're an adult. I can't really do that all the time. And, like, I don't know. But, like, some, like, Pokemon that I feel like I should have, like, I don't have an Arbok because I only have one Ekans. And that's all I've seen. Oh my god, his Pokedex is, like, almost complete.
So, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think I agree with you. The point of Pokemon is to catch them all. That's the freaking motto. Gotta catch them all, right? It's like...
Yeah.
And for people who... Especially for people who are gamers or people who are young who like to collect things, like, that's the fun of it. Like... For me, gyms are cool and interesting and a good time waster if I'm there. But I really am trying to fill out my collection. Make all those silhouettes filled in. Yeah. So part of me is like, I want this number to max out. But there is something interesting about like, these legendaries haven't been shown yet. These holes are there. Like it's keeping you like anticipating and keeping you excited. And there's something cool about hey, we can't get those. They're in a different region. Like, which ones are in Japan?
Farfetch'd.
Farfetch'd. So when I left Japan, I left like right before Pokemon came out. A month before. And whenever I go back for vacation or whatever, it's like, that's one thing I'm going to for sure do is like, hey, what's out here?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting to not be complete.
Yes. And I still don't have, like, I have, like, Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur, the second one, Charmander, the second one, Squirtle, the second one. I know all their names, but it'll take too long. But I don't have the third evolution for any of them. You have all of those. Those
Right.
are the ones that I really want to get. And I get angry, because, like, I'm never going to get those. Like, if Bulbasaurs are super rare, and Charmanders are super rare, and Squirtles are super rare,
Right.
I'm never going to get it. Like, I'm never either going to catch it, and then I'll never have enough candies to evolve. So, one thing I want to say about the regional Pokedex is I'm super excited because in Puerto Rico you could get Crasola and Hero Cross, so that would be 2 regionals I don't have.
Right. So
I'm excited about that.
And that's what's cool. Like, it makes things more interesting because another thing where so last year I went to Portland for a few days I always wanted to go to Portland, and when we went there we didn't know everything about the city, right? It's a new city for us, and we knew some things we wanted to do, and we did those things. But when you're just like walking around, hey, where should we go? One thing we did was look at the Pokestops and see what kind of landmark that is. Like, oh, that's a funny statue. Let's go over there.
Yeah, I feel like that can help you navigate. And one cool thing is too, when I went to go and meet my favorite YouTuber with you, we used the Pokestops because I knew he was gonna lure stuff. He was like, luring is just what you do.
Yeah.
But so we used the Pokestops lures to try to find him and the crowd.
Yeah. So that's where it's fun. And this comes from like an old thing called it's like kind of like geocaching. Have you ever heard of geocaching?
I've heard of it. I just don't know what it is.
It's where people like put treasures out in hidden places and record where they are using GPS, like very high accuracy, like decimal points, like so that anybody could find it based off of data, like numbers, and you could find it and track stuff, and people like collect things and pass coins or something, right? Like treasure hunting. So that's where it's really fun, right? When the Pokemon hunting is more social and real world and physical.
Yes. So that's why I'm really excited about the event, because like we're gonna go out, and I hope hopefully if they drop legendaries, it's not like a throw a Pokeball and you catch them. I want to like work as a team to like maybe like one player. So let's say they spawn one legendary at a time. So let's say they spawn a Zapdos. I'm doing Zapdos because you're Team Yellow. The Zapdos. So it would be cool if we could both click on it, and then we could both see that one Pokemon on our screen. So like I won't see an individual one, and you won't see. We will see the same one.
Right.
In augmentative reality. I feel like that would be better than that. So then you could try to put like Nana berries, and maybe I could put like a different like berry to like tone it down, and like I don't know. I feel like there would be like a certain amount of time. I feel like it would be like a cool thing.
And this is what was promised in the original trailer. Do you remember the original trailer?
Yes.
Where people were like running around and kind of together battling or something.
Yeah, and there was like a time thing in like a city. Like you need 10 minutes to catch this. I feel like it would be like more time, but like, I don't know.
Right. So, I think that's all cool. This event, if I'm going, better have some more stuff than that. I want a hat for me on my head. Like I want something cool.
I mean, I'm sure they would have like stuff like maybe like t-shirts and maybe like a hat and stuff like that. I'm sure they would have that.
Now,
they have to, right?
Right. Now, you and I are saying they have to. This can go two ways only. And usually, instead of three ways, this could go two ways. This could either be like, oh my gosh, that was so awesome. They really cared about their fans. They really wanted to do everything right. It was $30, but they gave us all this swag. We got these bags. We got these pins and badges. We got an exclusive Togepi with the Chicago Bulls hat on its head or something, like in team colors or whatever. Like they had like games and activities, and you could take pictures with big things. Wow, they really did it right. Or we end up paying $60 to catch digital things where we run out of Pokeballs anyway, and they have like lame t-shirt tosses. They toss 10 t-shirts in a pile, to a crowd of 10,000 people, and it's 110 degrees, and the people standing outside of the garden can still catch everything we're catching. Like,
wait here. One thing I want to say, but like this came into my mind yesterday. I'm like, this would be super smart if it was like an actual like ticket that you need to get, like if they like mail it or whatever, however that would work. It would be cool if like there could be like July 22nd, there will be that there would be like a scanner button or something. Mm-hmm. You could scan your ticket, and each person has to have their own ticket, so like their own different barcode or however that works. Mm-hmm. Maybe they could scan that, and that will unlock like kind of like the stuff that they're gonna do at the event. I feel like that would be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be like smart.
That would be cool until that's the way to do it. But they need to be really good at it, because if there's an error with their software and they're trying something brand new, like scanning QR codes and recognizing individual like IDs of people and making sure only these people, if they do that and that doesn't work and they haven't had a time to test this and they have a group of like 5,000 people there, then they're in trouble again. And the company doesn't have a good record. They don't have a lot of faith. Even you, a dedicated player, and I'm not trying to poo-poo it, because I do want it to be awesome, and I want you to be right. It's just my faith in them as a company is not so high.
Me neither. One thing that I'm super scared about is, I'll get there. There would be so many people there. I try to log in. It won't load. Like today, I was just trying to log in like regularly. I had to like email Niantic. I'm like, hey, this is not working. It won't let me get into my game.
They need to be ready. They need to roll out like satellite trucks, and they need to have that good, because if they're going to charge us, and we still don't know how much.
Yeah.
And
they tell us the 19th.
And they want us to book the rooms already. People are like flying in for this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are going to put a lot of money into coming here.
Yeah.
We're lucky that
cool.
It's a train ride for us,
Yeah.
This thing better, so here's the thing. This is where I wish Nintendo owned the Pokemon Company.
What was being said was Niantic is going to, Google Play is going to take over Pokemon Go, but that was a long time ago, and I don't know if that's still true. But, sorry, continue.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if Nintendo does not disappoint, Nintendo takes care of their characters the way Disney takes care of their characters.
Yeah.
But the problem is Nintendo is an old company, and they
just made a really bad game.
Which game?
The Magikarp jump.
Yeah.
Is it by Nintendo?
That's the Pokemon Company.
Oh, never mind.
But so Nintendo owns like a portion. I think they own like either 20 or 40% of the Pokemon Company. So if it was Nintendo, they would do a better job. But if it was Nintendo, they might not have ever made it, because they're really slow with stuff.
And I feel like, I wonder if John Hinkey would be there, or however you say his last name, which is the CEO of Niantic. I wonder who's gonna be there, who's gonna host this thing. Is there going to be, like, someone on a stage and they'll... Well, not a stage. This is in Grant Park. But is there going to be, like, someone, like, holding a microphone, like, okay, do this, have fun, go catch your legendary.
Well, it better not be John Hinkey. It should be some YouTube guy. They'll hire somebody. They'll bring somebody in. And that's what a lot of the companies are doing now. Like, this last week was a big video game show called E3, which happens every year.
Yes, I know. I've watched so many YouTube videos on that.
Because, like, at a lot of events, they're now all the companies are more like targeting these YouTubers instead of, they used to target the media, the press, but now they learned that YouTubers are generally, they're not real reporters. They're not journalists. No. And if you give them free stuff, sometimes they say real nice things about your company. So it's kind of looking a little, YouTubers are cool, but you got to remember, like, okay, this is a fan. So he's getting excited like the way a fan was, and that's okay, but they're not real reporters. So they're kind of saying only the good stuff and stuff like that. But if you're the game companies, that's who you're going to want to use.
Yeah. Wait, why would you not, I have a quick question. Why would you not want John Hinkey as, like, a hoster or whatever?
Because you need somebody to excite the crowd, to work a crowd, not somebody who could possibly get booed by everybody who's there.
Oh yeah, true. That's kind of true. I mean, yeah, that's.
You want somebody to get up there and be like, "Yo, what's up, Chicago? Look at all my Pokemon. Where's my Team Instinct at? Woo, boo!" Like, right? So that's what you want. And here's something that is going to be on our tickets when we buy it. You will be recorded. This will be for promotional use. By entering this event, you consent to being recorded and your likeness being used in commercials, because they're going to make a big commercial out of this thing.
If they are?
I bet you.
I'm going to be in a commercial.
Because they're going to use this to promote every event going forward. And if they do the legendary thing, it's going to be so that they can have a video of 1,000 people running around the park like, oh my gosh, let's catch it. Like, they need that video, you know, they need to make good. So this event needs to work really well. And the CEO won't go up there and risk looking foolish, sweating in the heat. And
there needs to be, like, people there, like, not just, like, us for a video. Like, whoa, if it was just us, we could, like, promote our podcast too. I'm sure. Yeah,
we gotta print t-shirts out.
Oh yeah, we should do that. Merch coming soon, not maybe.
So it's a really big unknown. Like, it's awesome, and we're so lucky because it just happened to be in our city.
Yeah.
Which almost doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that makes, like, no sense. I'm like, when I saw that, I'm like, is this gonna be, like, in every single place? I'm like, and I looked at it, I was, like, researching it, I'm like, and I was like, no, I'm like, this is not a coincidence. Like, this, like, that's so weird.
Do you think, because we did go out to this same place for an event a couple months ago with your very famous Pokemon YouTuber, Mystic7 went there. Does he rank really high as far as Pokemon YouTubers go?
Yes. There's a few, like, really good ones, like Trainer Tips, Mystic7, ITYTI, Clara, blah, blah, blah. I can't say her last name. Starts with an SOIB something else.
Okay.
I think those are, like, the four main people. And JT Gilly.
And they rank about the same with, like, followers and stuff?
I feel like, I think so. I think OMGLEA has, like 2 million, I believe, and then Mystic7 has 1.5, I believe.
Do you think it's just coincidence that he had a meetup at the same park 2 months ago? Honestly, what do you think? I
think that's a no, I don't, because that's so weird, because, like, he came to Chicago, a place that we could, like, easily get to, Grant Park, and now that there is another random Chicago thing and Grant Park, that's, like,
it's
connection. Like,
there's a lot of connections there, and it's weird because, like, and I wonder if it's just like he did it, he recorded it. Of course, Niantic's watching all the media around him, and of course they watch him, and then they go, "Hey, that looked like that work. Let's do it there." Oh, you know what?
Oh yeah, that's true.
That park. Let's see how difficult it is. It's called a city. Let's see about permits. How much does it cost to rent the park? Oh, like a little idea can grow really big.
Yes.
Because if you think of the other places that would have had this, you're thinking New York, you think LA, you think, if you thought internationally, you think Tokyo, you think London. But Niantic, they're based in America, right?
Yes.
So it's going to be New York or LA. And maybe this was the easiest one to book. Or the other thing was like, hey, let's pay for this guy to go out there and do this thing, and let's see how it works out.
I don't think that is how it worked. I feel like what would happen was like kind of your first idea. They saw that, and then like the 4 or like the 3 other YouTubers, like the main Pokemon Go YouTubers, they're either in like ITYTI and his girlfriend Claire S. They are in England, and they don't really go to like parks. They like just like hunt around, and then JT Gilly's always with Mystic 7 because like they're good friends. And then I think what happened was they looked at those 4 main YouTubers. They saw Grant Park. They saw all the people Mystic 7 knew from there, which there was a lot there. That's plus their fans who want to go. And then they just saw that there was Pokestops. I don't know if I said that already. I don't know. I feel like it was just like a cool place.
It's
okay, let's do this because a lot of people watch this person. It's a cool park. And they've got Pokestops, and it's a big park. That could be a place. I feel like that's what happened. I don't really feel like Mystic 7 is hired from Niantic. Because he's made jokes like that. Like, he's like, hire me. Thanks, Niantic.
Right.
I don't know.
So that's an interesting thing to mention is they are getting more strict about what YouTubers can say. Like, they're supposed to tell us now, hey, this is an ad, hashtag advertisement or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and
there's no reason not to believe that he's not lying, right?
Yeah. There's another YouTuber I watch. She had, a photo shoot recently, and she's like, I would tell you what this is for. Oh, this isn't a Pokemon Go YouTuber, sorry. Mm-hmm. I would tell you what this is for, but I can't. I can't.
So how do you feel about, and this is a little bit changing course, but how do you feel about that? The YouTubers are people you like, and they're celebrities for sure. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about them? Do you trust everything they say? Can you feel comfortable? Does it bother you ever?
With Mystic 7, example for him, I feel like he's very honest. I can trust him. But there are, some YouTubers I cannot, trust. I'm going to say an example. I'm not going to say a name, though, because that's rude. But there's this one YouTuber. This person hacks, and then he tells, this, crazy news. He'll be like, legendaries are coming out tomorrow, and it's gonna, only these people can have it. No, that's... That I would not trust.
What about when, you're saying this person who had a photo shoot, what about when they're getting paid or when they're getting free stuff or when they're getting trips to places? Does that ever bother you? Or
no, not really. They have to say
right.
who it's from because they legally have to, I think.
Yeah.
That I'll trust.
So because I watch most of the videos I watch are video game based, and the guys I watch at Giant Bomb, they've been reporters some of them have been reporters for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. First with magazines and then slowly with podcasts and internet, and they do a lot of video now because everything's video. So first they're reporters, they went to school for reporting. Like they've written in newspapers. And so they have very high morals. Like we're not going to do a commercial for your video game. You know, like you could send us a free copy and we'll review it. Like we're reviewers.
Yeah.
And we're not going to go to like the company's always trying to invite them to like beach parties and concerts. And they have to like always talk about that and be very, so I very much trust them. And when I was watching a video game show this week at E3, one of the podcasters I used to listen to on a Macintosh show, she was one of the hosts for the company at their event. So she became a paid host for that event. She had a lot of, she was a big time streamer. Her name is ITYTI, and she was cool and she's still cool. But like now, if I ever hear her on a reporting podcast, she lost a lot of my trust.
Yeah, I see.
Because I can't trust what you're saying on a company if you've been paid by them before.
Yeah, like I feel like a company could say, like Niantic. I'm just using Niantic as an example. Like I know they didn't say this. Let's say, okay, I need you to say that there's going to be legendaries for sure, so everyone will come, and then they'll say like, oh, I'm sorry, legendaries aren't working right now. Blah blah blah. You know. I feel like that's believable because like Niantic has a lot of like technical difficulties and stuff like that.
Yeah, so.
But trust me, that's not true. Don't like do that.
So we'll see. Well, hopefully, I want it to be awesome.
Yeah, I really want it to be cool. Oh, one thing. Right next to the Hero Cross, there's another unknown. It's really hard to see, but it's an exclamation point. The exclamation point and the question mark unknown are Generation 3. Could we see Generation 3 there? Because they said that there's going to be like 3 major events this year, like quarterly updates. And I think that they have to drop Generation 3 quicker than Gen 2 was dropped because Generation 1 is such a huge generation. Then Generation 2 is a really small generation compared to Gen 1. And like I'm pretty close to like finishing my Gen 2 one, which is crazy because I haven't finished Gen 1 yet. But it's because it's so much smaller and they're going to need to release Generation 3 because people are going to have all the Pokemon and then they're going to get bored.
So that's what's interesting about this game, and that this is basically summing up everything we talked about on today's episode is here's what's tough for Niantic. We know exactly what they need to do, and we kind of know only what they can do. And we know, because how many Pokemon are there total? Like in
Generation 2?
No, in all Pokemon.
Like I know there's like 7 generations, but I don't know like it's an actual number.
There's between 600 and 900.
Okay.
So like we know what's the future.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it tough for this. It's like, come on, give us the next one. Like,
yeah.
What else can they do? You know, so, and that's the thing about this whole app and this whole company. It's like, we just know like, hey, you need to do this, or you need to make this event work, or you need to make these. Yeah. We're kind of just waiting for them to give us what we want. So that must be also a little bit difficult because they really don't have a choice. They just have to kind of do what we think they should do.
Yeah, so like if they put like something in the data mine or whatever, let's say they put that in the, I totally forgot what it's called. They're data miners. What do they mine?
In the code.
Thank you, code. So if they put something in the code, then the data miners come and find that code, and they take that code out. The data miners are going to share it with everyone, and then they'll be like saying, hey, I need this. And maybe they took it out because like, no, that's not a good idea. They like figured out some consequences. They're going to have to put that back in, and then their bad idea is going to be released to the public, and then it's going to upset everyone.
So, and it's kind of, maybe it stinks for them to be on something that's like kind of not creative. I mean, everything's already done, kind of.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to switch to Yokai Watch.
Oh, I've heard about those. What are those things?
Those are like ghosts. That's like the hottest thing in Japan right now. It's like the new Pokemon. It's not at Pokemon level, but it's really big. It's basically the same thing.
I've seen them in like Walmart before, like right next to the Pokemon stuff. And
I've seen them
what is this?
I've seen them at the Dollar Tree.
Really?
They're funny. They're cute.
What do you do on it though?
In the game?
Like the watch. The watch.
Oh, the watch is a way, I think, for him to see and interact with the spirits. I think yokai is Japanese for spirits. I should know that, but I don't. And they're all over the place. And I think only the kid could see it because he's got the watch, maybe.
I don't know.
I've seen it, but when I watched it, it wasn't in English. But the song and the dance is so good. So for your homework, I'm going to link to the Yokai Watch video in the comments. Don't let me forget to put that in there.
Okay.
And everybody can watch that. And your other homework is to watch the Mario at the E3 game show. They did a trailer for the new Mario game coming for the Switch, and it's crazy. Did you see it?
No, I still don't have a Switch. I want a Switch.
I don't know. I don't have a Switch either, but there's mustaches everywhere. The video's funny. So I'm just going to save it for you to go. I want everybody to watch these two videos. I'm going to hopefully link to them in the comments if I know how to do that. So you can just tap and then watch that. Any other Pokemon news?
That's it for now, I think.
So this has been another episode of I Teach You the Pokemon. And yeah, but that's what's hot. I'm also hot because I can't have the fans on while we record.
Yeah, it's super hot in here.
Okay, so we'll let people go. Enjoy the rest of the event. We'll recap how good of an event it was next week when it's over. Mm-hmm. And by next week, we'll know what the event is in Grand Park, and we'll have our tickets maybe.
I really want to go. Like, I don't care if they don't tell us. I want to go so bad.
How much would you pay without knowing what it is?
$30. Wait, without knowing what it is?
Of your own money in your piggy bank.
$20.
Okay, that's reasonable.
$30 if I knew what it was and if it was exciting. But if it wasn't, then I obviously wouldn't.
I mean, when I go to comic conventions, those are like $40, $50, $60.
Oh my god, no, it's going to be so expensive.
If it's $40, $50, $60, they need to tell us what size the hats come in. They need to be fitted hats. If they don't tell me what it is, $20 is the most I'm going to spend.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going to be hot.
I'm so scared, though. Like, I feel like they're not going to tell us. I feel like they'll be like, get your tickets here, let's go. And I feel like they're not going to tell us. And
then we're going to be worried it's going to sell out.
Yeah.
Because they have to put a limit.
Yeah. It's so scary. I want to go so bad. I don't know what it is, but I want to go.
And that is exactly what the internet's about.
Because I feel like, with like all the stuff that we just saw with like possibly Generation 3, like there's a really good chance of legendaries because they announced like legendaries. They're like saying, okay, it's going to be dropped in the summer for sure. That's what John Hanke said. So I'm excited, but I'm not excited. I don't know what to feel.
Okay. We'll see next week.
Okay. So
everyone can search us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you find your awesome podcasts. I Teach You the Internet. SayWhatRadio.com. That's where to go, right?
Yeah.
You know it. Until next week. See you later, Jenna.
See you later, Tony.